Hello everyone and welcome back to another exciting episode of Jotor Plays. This is episode 14, and when we last left off, we were talking to Clayton Darby. And we're going to be talking some more with Clayton Darby. Let's see here. I haven't done any of these yet, so let's start from the left. What are you doing here after sunset?
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the country.
You risk your life to reveal the truth?
So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
Okay, is the public interested?
That's quite honorable of you. But is the public interested?
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent journalist, hoping to sell some stories.
Okay. No newspaper speak about the epidemic.
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
Let's see here. Let's try this one.
I served in France. Our top priority must be to put an end to this butchery. This war must stop now.
Sir, streets are a battlefield too. An invisible and untold war is going on, and it must be stopped.
Not afraid of getting out at night?
Have you any idea of the danger you face in these streets at night?
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu is really responsible for this, Doctor?
It's not a simple epidemic.
I'm convinced there is more at work here than a simple epidemic.
Really? To be honest, I could say the same. Some of the sick I saw or heard of. My God, what happened to them?
You don't want to know, buddy. You don't want to know.
Christina Popper claims she sells her body because she can't find any other work. Do you believe her?
Of course I do. Her story is exactly what I want my readers to understand. We live in an intolerant and divided nation.
Do you think things will ever change, Mr. Darby?
I believe the situation can only improve. And now that women can vote, I'm convinced things will change.
Okay. We shall see. Nothing else. Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Let's see here. Did I come from that direction or did I come from here? Oh, I didn't come from here. But I did come from this direction. Why is this open? I don't get why there's like a courtyard that's open here. Unless I can get something from here. I don't understand. Oop! Shloop! What's up here? Nothing is up here! Well, okay then. Dawson and Dawson Manufacturing. So I can't even jump over. Okay, we'll move on. Oh, what's this? A small flower bouquet with a voucher for a free medical checkup hidden between the flowers. Well, that's Camila. That's someone I'm looking for. Can I go in this church? Haha, no. It's a church. Oh, here's another one. Ooh. If you are sick, if you have no money, whoever you are, wherever you're from, come see Dorothea to get help. No tricks, no charges, no questions asked. Just find Darius Petruscu's house and present a coupon. Okay. Who are you?
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I know what you're thinking.
Ooh.
Tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly.
I know you understand me.
I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it? You don't seem to need my medical attention for now.
She's healthy. I know you work for Nurse Crane.
Melia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispenser. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever.
I see. Goodbye.
Very well. Goodbye then.
You're the mute one. Obviously, Nurse Crane can do this stuff for me. Ah, yeah. That's right. So I can get those taken care of. Those papers with, that guy's crazy.
It's locked, all right.
What am I trying to say? The things I collected. Old road. Oh, there's a bad guy right there. Well, I don't want to go there now. I gotta find Darius. Wherever he is. Ah, he's over here. I gotta take care of the blackmail first. So down there. So we'll just continue this way. Oh. Derp. Hey, my dude. There's the prostitute. Oh yeah, there's this guy.
You again? What do you want this time?
Your son. Do you enjoy bullying people?
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their
Oh.
muscle. Their dirty work.
You could have refused.
Most people don't become thugs when unemployed. This is a choice you made.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons. And that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Oh, interesting. Good to know. Why keep on working for the gang?
Why do you keep on working for the gang, Joe? You know it doesn't suit you.
It's true, I hate this job. And I know I made some bad choices, but I'm a wet boot boy now. And people won't forget it.
You could leave tomorrow. Start another life in another town.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. We are poor. My son's weak. And there's no way he'll endure another disappointment.
Harry's not happy living in Whitechapel.
Harry doesn't seem happy living in Whitechapel. Why did you make him come here?
I've always put my son's interests above everything else. Whatever he may think. Our house is small but affordable. The walls are thin, but the door is solid.
You really love your son, don't you, Mr. Peterson?
He's my pride and joy.
Aw.
Even if he hates me for the choices I make and pushes me buttons more than he should.
No regrets at all?
Do you have any regrets?
Only one. Not to have my beloved wife by my side. She died when Harry was little. My sweet Jane. She gave the boy confidence.
Not afraid you could be arrested?
Since the criminal nature of your job means you could be arrested, are you not afraid of what would happen to your boy if you were?
No one will ever take my son away from me. If that ever occurred, I'd hunt the bastard down and rip off his head with my bare hands.
Okay.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you?
Let's see here. About Harry's health.
What do you know of Harry Peterson? The boy seems so fragile. Not like his father at all.
Harry's a good boy, but he spends most of his time complaining. He's had it tough, all right, but he needs to grow a pair.
What troubles him exactly?
But despite being his father's son, almost everything, I think. He never wanted to come to Whitechapel in the first place. Hates this place more than most of us.
Well, obviously. Joe is a friend of yours?
Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he? But you seem to know each other.
I've known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then. But these days, he's just another thug.
What's Joe's story?
What can you tell me about Mr. Peterson? Besides his behavior toward you, obviously.
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer, good one even. But after his wife passed away, he found every excuse to stop training. Just wanted to pick fights with everyone.
I see. Despair can be a poison.
Without making excuses for him, it's safe to say that despair can poison even the sanest mind.
We've all had some rough times, ain't we? But most of us don't use our fists to see us through.
It's true. No one's ever stood up?
And no one has ever stood up to this thug.
Nobody would be fool enough to stand against a wet boot boy.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
Well. I didn't learn anything new.
You're late. Where's my money? Time to pay, one way or another.
Okay, so I have to go here eventually. So I might as well do it now.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
Well, son of a bee.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Oh. How do I do that?
There's nobody here.
Oh. What's the button? There we go.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
I
Interesting.
must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby
Well,
the
then.
church they just mentioned.
Let's go by the church.
Joe, please, I don't have your money.
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can sort it out, right?
It's not my call, Barrett. You pay one way or another.
Please, Joe. How long have we known each other? We even used to be neighbours, for Christ's sake.
I'd prefer not to give you another beating, Barrett. You again?
Anything new?
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Okay, those guys. Where is his son's house? Is it right here? Yeah, it is.
Good evening, Harry. May I come in?
Sure. Sure.
Thank you,
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
Harry.
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered.
Okay, let's see here. Anything new about Barrett Lewis and your father?
Your father and Mr. Lewis used to be good friends. What happened, Harry?
I was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis ever coming back again after my mother died. Or was it after my father started bullying him? I don't know.
Did you talk to Mr. Lewis?
Have you tried speaking to Mr. Lewis about it?
I don't go out often, but yes. And he scolded me and told me to leave him alone. I guess my father frightens him too much.
Not guilty of your father's actions?
But you are not responsible for your father's actions.
Am I not? Dad always says that he joined that gang for my safety. So if I wasn't born, people wouldn't be worrying about Colossus Joe.
Goodbye, young man. Take care of yourself.
Is there only pain and
Am
suffering?
I missing something in this place? I could swear I'm missing something. Except for this.
It's locked, all right.
If only I could compel a lock to open. Like a real
Is there
vampire.
only pain and suffering
Oh well.
in this world?
Let us continue. Sir. Oh. Loading screen.
Good evening, Doctor.
That
Can
was
I help
weird.
you?
About an underground medical dispensary.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
Oh God, what do I choose? Care about public health?
I'm a doctor, Mr. Darby. I care about everything involving public health and this epidemic.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions that a scandal involving a certain Nurse Crane from the Pembroke Hospital would bring?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He has no relatives?
He has no relatives at all?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, You can usually find him behind the church.
Oh, yeah. He never goes out?
He never goes out.
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
Okay.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Well. Find the mailbox and the letter. My pleasure. Where is the mailbox? Oh, it's over here. Whoop! Darius Petrescu's letter. My dearest, most beloved children. I'm so sorry you have not heard from me for a few months. The situation in London has been difficult. I know it may sound selfish and silly when you, my children, are still living in a country consumed by war, but there is also a war going on here in England. A war against poverty and against injustice. This is a war I intend to fight despite my advanced years. This is why I'm writing to you today. I won't be coming back to Romania. That probably means I won't see you again before I die. Don't be sad, my darlings. You are grown up now, and you have children of your own. You know the sacrifice we sometimes must accept to make the world a better place. This is one I must make now, to feel useful one more time. I wish you a long and happy life. Kiss my grandchildren for me, and remember that your father loves you all the way from this cold, damp country. I am, as ever, your loving father.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter.
Aha. How do I get back here, though?
It's locked.
Is there a back way? Would I have to go over here? It appears that I'd probably have to go back here. Yeah? No, I can't, because that goes over... okay, good. Go around, maybe? Around to the left? Let's do that. Let's find out. Maybe I'll have to gain entrance into the church, huh? That would be interesting.
There is no protection against malevolence and trickery.
Oh. Oh yeah, I remember this one could be entered. Got it. Oh, geez. Okay. Hello. Hi. Oh, of course. Give me that blood. You're too low a level. I'll take you out, buddy. You got nothing on me. Jerk. What's this? I will take your stuff gladly. This is quarantined. Okay. Can't go there. What else do we have over here? Ooh. I'll take the lead plate. What else do we have over here? Interesting. Not really. Alright, let's go into here. Sir?
An angel made flesh, I tell you.
Well, that's him.
Morbidity can breathe its own.
Oh. Editor refusal letter. Dear Mr. Nethercott, Thank you for sending your book of poems, Songs from the Defeated City, which we found as interesting and profound as we told you the first time we received it. Alas, in the terrible times our country is currently facing, you must understand that such title would be totally inappropriate for any publication. Thus, since you still refuse to change your title and demand the full publication or none of your work, I'm sorry to announce you that Sycophant Publishing chose the second option. With kindest regards, A.G. Morris. Interesting. See, it's a good thing to go around and try to search the area first. Because you never know. What's back here? Nothing's back here. Well, I can unlock it now. Nice.
Oh, Camellia, the silent flower of Whitechapel.
Okay, time to talk to you.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
Oh, hello. You could be in danger here.
Are you aware that your life could be in danger in this part of town?
But this is where I must be to feel the real beat of the city. I had to come, see it for myself, alone.
It is somewhat risky around here.
I understand your need for solitude, but it's not safe around here.
I don't care. I don't have many friends, Doctor, and my family despises me.
Who will help you if you're in danger?
If some misfortune came upon you, who would be here to help you?
Well, you for a start, my dear Doctor.
No. What are you doing here at night?
May I ask what you're doing at this hour of night, sir? Do you live here?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though night talks are always preferable, if you ask me. Especially with strangers.
Oh, okay. Not afraid of the epidemic?
But are you not afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scriptures. Good or evil, rich or poor, all are equal in the eyes of the flu.
Oh, okay.
If you say so. But as a physician in a time of epidemic, I must caution you to avoid unnecessary exposure, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know the seeker of truth has to go boldly where the weak dare not.
Mm-hmm. Thoughts on the situation in London?
What are your thoughts on the terrible situation in this city?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, the death of so many innocents is a tragedy. But the scourge has not been all bad for the city. Oh, no, sir.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophonic, quiet nowhere to be found. And now, listen to this oddly peaceful silence.
Quite a unique point of view.
Yes. The enjoyable silence of the grave. You have a unique perspective on the situation, I must admit.
Most people fail to understand my perspective. I don't blame them. But how could I call myself a poet if I veiled my feelings?
Yes. Veil your feelings. I don't like this guy. Why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
Do you not think it a little morbid?
Do you not think it a little morbid?
On the contrary, sir. Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear muse, the wonderful Camellia.
What can you tell me about Camellia?
Not much. And that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a locked mystery who exhales kindness and sweetness.
Uh-huh. Afraid to find the truth about her?
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your muse.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But will she still be my wild flower of Whitechapel if she moves uptown?
You don't know her?
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives, how she survives, whom she may know.
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma. Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
Do you have examples?
In what way, exactly?
The struggle by gaslight, the barren smiles and the added hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox. The stripped humanity raged across each street.
Vivid, of course, yes. And what about the poignant distress?
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about, and that's what Whitechapel is made of.
Ah, okay. Interesting. Do you make a living from your writing?
You don't really make a living from your scribblings, do you, Richard?
No, sir, I don't. I work so hard. I put all my time, my energy, my devotion into the precise carving of words.
You don't seem to suffer from poverty.
Still, you don't seem to suffer from poverty.
With thanks to my parents, actually. I'm afraid I would not be able to live on my own without their help.
You seem embarrassed.
Someday I hope to proudly offer my first publication to my parents. Until that day, I'll remain the failure of a son they have to support.
The mute florist is part of a plot.
Did you know the mute florist is a member of a secret society?
No, I didn't. But I thank you for this information, sir. For it only enriches the mystery surrounding the precious camellia.
Are you not curious?
Are you not curious? Is there not more you wish to know?
That girl has not an ounce of malice in her. Whatever she may be hiding, it's certain to be for the benefit of most, if not all.
Okay. You're a helpless romantic.
I fear you are a hopeless romantic, Mr. Nethercourt.
Guilty as charged, Dr. Reed.
Okay, back. Personal questions. Already did that. Life in London. Okay, this. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
About Dorothy Crane.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
About Darius Petrescu?
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not
I
interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
Okay.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Yes. Which, by the way, hello.
Hello again, miss.
Tell me about Richard Nethercott.
Tell me about Richard Nethercott. I understand he is quite fond of you, Camellia.
Well. Oh well.
Very well.
I guess I have to go back. She won't speak a word. Off we go. Let's run a little faster, shall we? Let's talk to this guy real quick.
Good evening, Miss.
His father.
Anything new? Nothing.
I have heard enough for tonight.
Goodbye. Alright, off we go. Let us see here.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again? Go away.
Let's have a man-to-man talk. Oh, I don't have Mesmerize level 2.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
Yay! I'm instantly gonna make you regret it. Taking your shillings. Regret is my middle name. And I make you regret it. All of it. Ooh, I'll take that. Many journeys, I believe, is a okay, let's read this. The antique figure of the... I don't know how to pronounce that. Of my many journeys, I believe I was the most amazed by my exploration of the Mediterranean Isles, and particularly the island of Santorini, searching for traces of vampire presence in these sunburnt lands. Herodotus himself referred to this land in his 4th book, and I'm personally convinced that there are many mysteries to be unveiled in this part of the world. Who knows that, even today, the island of Santorini is still considered by some as the most vampire-infested place in the world, way more than the Carpathians, and that its inhabitants are considered as specialists of the vampire hunt, or the hunt of the Vricolakas, as they call this creature. Okay. According to the local myths, the Vricolakas is a dead person who does not decay and who can show a vermilion complexion as long as he is gorged with fresh blood. He cannot enter a house without knocking and getting a response. Garlic makes him flee. He does not consume under the sun, but his skin blackens. He can change into wolf and other animals. What struck me the most is that the same name exists, with small variations from Mediterranean seas to the Balkans. Mediterranean Sea. The Greeks call him the Vricolakas. The Bulgarians and the Macedonians name him Varkolak or Varsalak. The Serbians call him Vukodlak. Yes, Vukodlak, a name so similar to the Volkod we already know, my dead brothers. Just to write the few words now gives me the shivers. I'm personally convinced that we are here confronted to some of proto-vampire. Maybe they are a missing link between the modern vampires and the creatures that came before them. If God allows me enough time, I wish one day to go back to the Santorini island and find the trail of this antique and forgotten figure. Interesting. It's locked. Dang it. I'll take all your stuff. All of your stuff. And now I will talk to you.
Want to talk to...
We've not been formally introduced. May I ask your name and occupation, sir?
I am Darius Petrescu. I'm here to keep snitches and spies away from Dorothea. And I also run this little print shop.
I see. Well, in the next episode, we'll find out a little bit more about Darius. But until then, have a wonderful day and goodbye.